All right, Tracy, I sent it.
Okay, I'm waiting on it to come through. All right, let me just verify. All right, it's good to go.
Got it.
Okay, I think we have Alex. Looks like we got a quorum now.
Doc, he's actually sitting in front of the camera.
Look at him. Wow.
Tracy, are we good to go?
Yes, good to go.
All right. Dr.
Ladies
Van,
and
I'm up.
gentlemen.
Beg your pardon?
Am I up?
Yeah, you're up. Go.
All
Hang
right.
on. It's being streamed live. You can go.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. It is October 9th, 2023 at 2:38 p.m. I'd like to call the order of the Athletic Training Advisory Committee for the LSBME. Please know any comments by the public are welcome and can be emailed to publiccomment@lsbme.la.gov. Dr. Collada, please confirm you verified the identity of all tele and video conference participants.
Yes, sir, we have.
Is the sound clear and audible to the public and those on the tele and video conference?
Yes, sir, it is.
All additions to the executive or public agenda must be made presently, as we'll no longer make additions to the agenda after the close of the public session. Hi, Miss Mary Ann.
Hi.
Sorry,
Greg.
this
Come on,
this is my assistant athletic trainer now.
You're RN. Get it straight. I'll
Definitely
leave
the better
y'all
half.
by.
All right, we got roll call. Dave Giardina,
Yeah.
Dr. Stewart,
Here.
Alex Dibley,
I'm here.
Lainey Litchfield.
Here.
Let's see, who else do we have? Is JD Donovan on yet?
He's at a birthday party.
No. We have Dr. Van. We have Miss Patricia Wilton, Miss Olivia P. Long, and P. Bartholomew.
It's Bartholomew from licensing. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Welcome. All right. So first item on the agenda, old business. We have the minutes from the May meeting.
Move to approve.
Dr. Stewart moves to approve.
Second.
Dave Giardina seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. Motion passes. Next item of business is the update on the rules and regs from Dr. Collada.
Well, Miss Pat's been working on them. I'm gonna let her make that comment right now.
Yeah, it's in the queue. We actually have the cavalry coming. We're hiring a really, really sharp woman attorney to come work with us. And I believe she's going to really help me plow out and push out all these rules that have been sitting around because it's just such a labor intensive process. It's ready to go. I just couldn't get to the point where I had enough time ahead of me to be able to do everything in the quick time delays that follow the succession. The minute I submit it, the clock starts running on the rest of the procedure. And to be frank, I just could not work that into the schedule with just me by myself, but she starts in 2 weeks. And so we'll kick that off and we'll hopefully we'll have the promulgation process a good ways down the road by the end of the year.
Yes, ma'am. What, could you give us a time frame as what we're looking at? Because I keep getting asked the same question. When is this happening? When are we?
I know it. It's probably gonna be probably gonna be early spring of next year by the time it goes through the entire process. But the notice of submission, that us actually turning it in, should be in November.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, when you say turning it in, I mean,
Well,
has it reached the board yet?
the board's already approved it.
The
Okay.
board's approved.
Because I remember there was a month we missed and.
Yeah,
okay.
no, the board definitely approved it. And so it went in the queue to get it all in the, it's not writing the rule. That's the problem. It's all the 500 forms that have to go with it and all the different government agencies that need to get their little form and their boxes ticked. And once we get all of that completed and we do the notice of submission and that's published and we send it to the state archives, and then the state register, I should say. And then we have to have a public hearing and wait for public comment. Then it has to go through the AG, Attorney General, and then it goes to the legislature, who may or may not choose to have an oversight committee. I can't imagine they would in this case, but it builds in 30, 60, 90-day deadlines at each step. So that's it. There's no way to make it go faster because it's a public input kind of situation. And we have to allow that time to lapse to give the public or interested stakeholders a chance to comment. But like I said, we'll get it submitted by November for sure.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Dr. Van, do we have any public comment at this time?
1 second and I will check. No, sir, none at this time.
And I'll just add while he's looking, if a situation should arise where someone falls through the crack that we're trying to spackle over, you know, you can always recommend that the board waive, you know, the problematic language for that person. But hopefully we won't have that come up in the time it takes us to get the rule change promulgated.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I think that concludes old business. Right. Move on to new business. Committee appointments. Now, Dr. Van, I have a question, or Ms. Patricia. To discuss this, do we need to move into executive session?
If you're going to discuss fitness, I'm sorry, go ahead, Pat.
No, well, no, you can go ahead and talk. You can talk generally about candidates or persons that you'd like to nominate. We didn't give anybody notice that character and fitness would be discussed. So we're just talking generally about possible nominees who I assume whoever's going to mention someone's name has permission to do, you know, that there's not privacy interest for that person. They don't mind if it's in the public realm that they're being considered.
Yes, ma'am.
That can be done in public.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so we have two candidates, Dr. John Lipka and Dr. Jeffrey Counts. They're both from Monroe. JD Donovan nominated Dr. Lipka, and Phil Shaw, our LATA president, gave me Dr. Counts's name and asked if we would consider him. Everybody has a copy of his CV resume that was on the cloud share, and we can only make a recommendation, right, Dr. Van? We don't
You
decide,
make
the
a
board.
recommendation, your board will finally act on it. And if you make a recommendation today, I promise they'll make a decision on Monday, next week.
Yes, sir. Has everybody had a chance to look over both resumes, CVs from both candidates? They're both highly respected physicians in their field. They're very pro sports medicine, athletic trainers. And I don't think we could go wrong with either one of them. Any questions, concerns about either candidate?
They understand how many times they have to visit a year, and that even if Dr. Stewart could do it, they know that, you know, they could probably do it too.
Yes, sir. Both of them said that they would be ready and willing to accept if they were the lucky nominee. They'd also be willing to help Dr. Stewart out and take some pressure off of him. Maybe he'll be able to keep some hair if they help out. Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Stewart. Okay, do we need a vote, take a vote? How does,
Well, do you have a preference or we got two and the board's gonna decide?
If you give me somebody you want, I will tell them that the advisory committee prefers Dr. So-and-so, but they'll make the ultimate decision.
does anybody have a preference? I mean, either one, we can't go wrong with them. I defer to the doctor on the committee.
They're both up from the northern part of the state, so I'm gonna defer to someone closer that has a better understanding of the local reputations.
There you
That
go.
guy's not on right now.
Yeah, no,
But we have North Louisiana physicians on the board, so they might be colleagues of this person, those people as well. Basically, if you just want to present it as, we'd be thrilled to have either one, flip a coin, choose, whatever decision you all want to make, we'll stand by. But we just wanted to make sure that if someone really did feel strongly or got a vibe from the person that they really, really wanted to be on the ATAC, we just want to give you the opportunity to push somebody a little ahead of the, rank them 1 and 2 if that's what you wanted to do. If you don't care, they can flip a coin.
so I'd like to make a motion that we let the board decide. I think both of these candidates are very favorable. They have both expressed the same amount of interest. They're very interested in being on our advisory committee and want to help us out in any way they can.
Okay, well then that recommendation will go at next Monday's meeting. I know Jacinta is listening and she will get these 2 names on the agenda. And the recommendation that the advisory committee is comfortable with either one, and they'll make a selection for you.
Just for kicks and giggles, can we get a second and a vote?
I'll second.
Alex second, Laney. Oh, we need a vote.
Yeah, just an acclamation, all in favor.
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Everybody
you.
unanimous?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You. Dr. Van, do we have any public comment at this time?
Checking right now, and no, sir, you do not.
Do we have anything else that I am not seeing on the agenda left?
Not from me. Except to
have
pick a next meeting date.
Can we just leave it open to be determined since?
You can do anything you want, but it might be worthwhile to think about this. If you want to kind of get a regular meeting set up on a schedule, Jacinta and Olivia can do that for you. If you don't, just want to play it by ear, that's fine. Sometimes we find that once you get a regular schedule routine, people tend to make less plans that contradict and may have better attendance, but it's your call.
I think unfortunately for us, everybody's schedule is all over the place. And without having another doctor, a physician member on the committee to get a quorum, I think we just go play it by ear because Dr. Stewart's administrative assistant is excellent. She needs a raise. She does a tremendous job.
Good
of
thing
helping
she's
us
not
out.
in the room.
Yes.
She does a tremendous job of helping us out. So I would like to defer
That's fine.
and meet as needed, if everybody else is okay with that.
Fine with us.
That's
I'm okay
good.
with that.
So I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Second.
All right,
Okay.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank y'all.